Okay, so we're going to do a focus activity, and then we're going to do a relaxation activity. And for focus is like my absolute favorite uh, activity, favorite practice to do. The one that we're going to do is called a somatic hold. Soma means body, so this is like a body hold. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our hands on our heart. And we're going to either connect to the sensation of our hands on our heart. Maybe we notice our hands are warm. Maybe we notice our hands are hot. Maybe we notice our hands are cold. Or we can pay attention to our breathing that's going right near our heart. Maybe our breathing is fast or slow. Or we can pay attention to our heartbeat. And I'm giving you all of these different things because you're going to choose one of these things to pay attention to. The sensation of your hands on your heart, the breathing that you can feel where your hands are by your heart, or your heartbeat. And that is going to be your anchor spot. That is going to be where you anchor your attention when you're paying attention to that spot. So if it's the heartbeat, you're going to just pay attention to the heartbeat. But the tricky part is our minds are thought-making machines. So anytime that you notice that you're not thinking about your heartbeat, just notice, oh, my mind is thinking about planning. My mind is thinking about worrying. My mind is thinking about, I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. And then bring your attention back to your heartbeat. Or if you're paying attention to the sensation of your hands and you're feeling that warmth and you're concentrating on that warmth, and then you hear a sound outside or you hear dogs bark and you get distracted, you notice, oh, I'm not paying attention to the sensation. Let me bring my attention back. The important thing with this is not like, stupid mind, what's wrong with you? The important thing about this is just like being kind with ourselves and our mind and like, my mind easily gets distracted by sounds, or my mind easily gets distracted by the thoughts in my head. And then once you notice that you're not thinking about what you're trying to think about, to pay attention to, bring your attention back. So we're going to do this just for about a minute, and I'll ring the bell when we're done. So with your hands on your heart, your eyes closed or looking down, anchoring your attention to the sensation, to the heartbeat, or to the breath. Anytime you notice your mind has wandered, just bring it back to that anchor spot. If you've gotten distracted at all, if your mind has wandered away, that's okay. Just bring it right back to your anchor spot. And just notice how it feels, how you feel right now. Notice if you had a lot of thoughts or not a lot of thoughts. Notice if you totally forgot you were doing this practice, or you felt very focused on your anchor spot. What did you notice with this practice? Yeah. And that's a really interesting observation. One, first, it was the external that was distracting you, right? The sounds that were pulling your attention away. Um, and then it became the internal, because even though like the heartbeat was there, even though it wasn't very strong, there was like a little bit there, but it didn't matter because the thoughts were so much stronger, right? That they could distract you from paying attention to that. Which is just so fascinating. Our minds are just thought making machines, and they're constantly distracted. And when we're asked to pay attention, it's really a skill. It's like every time we bring our mind back, it's like one rep of our attention muscle getting stronger. So every time you do it, it's not like, oh, I'm distracted again. It's like, oh, here we go, mind getting stronger with this rep right now. So that's interesting. What else came up for you all? Yeah, so it's similar. Like there's these external things that are distracting us, there's these internal things, but even throughout it, you've noticed that you felt relaxed with it, which is really powerful. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people can start to feel relaxed by doing a somatic hold. There's a lot of science behind it that I won't get into right now, but the short end of it is there's like oxytocin receptors here, and oxytocin is like the feel good chemical that goes through our body. And so when we hold our body, it can help our body start to feel more relaxed. It doesn't always, but it's definitely one tool that we have. I know I practice this when I'm having a hard time falling asleep at night, or also when I'm feeling a lot of anxiety. Like this is when I said earlier, this is my favorite practice. I was totally being honest. Like I do this practice a lot because it makes me feel better.